So, Kaden, just start out with your development. You got here in January. Um, what was it like to jump into college football, and how's the development going?
Um, it was a quick turnover for me. I got thrown in the fire pretty early, so I had to get adjusted pretty early. So it's been good so far, though. I've developed very much since I've gotten here.
What's the toughest part of that? I mean, you hear coaches talk a lot about learning how to practice. And what does that entail?
Um, Really just being consistent. That was my main problem. Uh, but as I've been here for the months, and as the months have been going on, I've been getting better with my consistency, which has helped my play.
Is that necessarily like on the field, like on a play, or is it just more approach to drills, intensity, things like that?
Approach the drills and on the field with my play. Yeah, it has a lot to do with my consistency.
Am I right? You guys didn't play high school your senior year?
Yeah, I didn't have a senior year of high school, so I went straight from my junior year of football to freshman year of college.
Start with the emotions of that. How bummed out are you to lose your senior high school season?
I was very bummed out. We had big plans for my senior year. We were the runner-up in 2019, so we wanted to get that state championship for 2020, but due to COVID, we didn't get to get that done.
Did that set you back anyway? I mean, you'd think you'd be a little rusty after not playing for a whole year.
It didn't set me back at all. My wide receiver coach, trainer Miles Gray, we worked from the pandemic till I left, so I came here ready.
So take me back to the recruitment. Why West Virginia? I mean, you were highly recruited. You had plenty of offers. So what did you see about the Mountaineers?
Really, it was my relationship with Coach Parker. I always loved West Virginia, though. It's always been a dream school. But me and Coach Parker are very close. He recruited me when he was at Penn State, and our relationship grew from there.
So you always liked West Virginia. Were there players that you remember?
Yeah, I was a big fan of like the Tavon Austin, David Sills era. They threw the ball a lot. They lit it up, so that caught my attention.
And has college been what you thought it would be?
Oh, for sure, and even more past that. It's a challenge, but it's a good challenge for me.
What was it like for you to get on the field? Have really your most extensive action.
It was great. It was no pressure. We we practice for these moments. Bryce Ford Wheaton, he does a good job keeping me tight and just you know teaching me the ins and outs of this.
What is the relationship like with you and Bryce? Because he's mentioned you several times himself. So just what is that dynamic?
We're very close. He had the job of being my big brother when I got here, and not letting me make the same mistakes he made. So he's done a good job teaching me.
How so? What were, I mean, mistakes? I mean, he's a good player. So, but what was he telling you that he wanted you to do? Maybe even off-field stuff.
Just everything he didn't, because as a freshman when you come in, sometimes you worry about the wrong things, and you regret them later when you get older. And you know that's the last thing he wanted for me to regret anything. So he's given me like the keys to everything, and yeah.
How's time been before, your more extensive action last game? Like, how has it been just kind of watching and waiting and trying to work yourself up to that level?
Uh, I mean, watching, it wasn't really much of a problem because I rather wait instead of just being thrown in the fire. And when my time came, I capitalized off of it because I was ready instead of just being thrown in the fire.
Were there nerves? First times you got in the game, or
Uh, Maybe like my first couple snaps, like earlier in the year, I was a little jittery. But as I got snaps as the season went on, I got more comfortable.
Did it help that you got a few snaps on special teams? That you got some of those reps to get out there first?
Yep, I start on a couple special teams, just to get my feet wet. It's not the same as offense, but it's something good to get your feet wet for sure.
Football players like to play football games.
frustrating. I've never been in that place before, but Coach Parker always says trust the process. So, that's what you got to do. You got to trust the process, keep your head down, and keep working. And when your time comes, you just need to capitalize off of it.
Is that the hardest part for younger players sometimes?
Yeah.
Realizing that, you're not quite ready, you gotta get to that point.
Yeah, that is the hardest part because, we're so used to, being that guy in high school. When you get to college, you got to sit and wait your turn. It never feels good, but you just got to look at the bigger picture.
What are your strengths? When people ask you, what do you say you do well? What do you still need to improve upon?
Well, what I need to improve on is I'll say catching the ball and keeping my feet and just being more confident. But that's gonna come with the more reps I get for sure. Something I do well is I use my size and my speed to my advantage because a lot of people think I'm a big guy, I can't run. That's not the case sometimes though.
Okay, you were playing Z last game, right?
Yes, sir.
How different is that from what you're accustomed to?
It's not much different. I think if you're a receiver, you're a receiver. You should be able to play anything. But it's just just the other side of X, which it's not complicated at all.
How much have you practiced there?
I haven't practiced there much, but when Isaiah Esdell went down, that's when I went to the other side and started getting those reps in and started to get a feel for it.
I'm guessing you like the Z's that got you on the field more, but one do you prefer over another, or are they that similar that doesn't really matter to you?
Right, yeah.
No, again, the routes are mirrored one side to the other, so is there not a lot of adjustment in terms of that when plays are called?
Yeah, it's all the same, really.